I want to take my 5 minutes to tell you about myself, because there's a lot of things that I would like you to know about me, because I want you to know my heart. And we'll get into the issues, I'm sure, during this debate. But I agree, Tier 1 status for Texas Tech is top priority, because the one thing that we need more of any other issue is jobs for Texans who are unemployed. We have to put Texans back to work. If Texans are working, they're earning an income, they can pay their taxes. They can buy health insurance for their family. They can send their children to school. And I believe that the way to get jobs for West Texas is through the achievement of Tier 1 status for Texas Tech. And yes, I know what the 8 criteria are. And I know that we need to have 5 of 7. And then, of course, the 8th one is that there has to be $100 million worth of spending in research in order to qualify as a Tier 1 status. But I want to talk about the issues as the debate progresses. Let me tell you about myself. I want you to know my heart. I have an MBA from Texas Tech. And I've used my education and I've used my life in service to this country. We talk about freedom and liberty. I went to East Germany when it was still communist, and I saw how the communist people lived under communism. I saw it with my own eyes. I walked among them. I spoke with them. And I know how horrible it is to live under communism. It makes me love and appreciate the flag and our country and our Constitution so much more. When I was in Berlin, I took a crowbar and I broke a big chunk of the Berlin Wall off with that crowbar, and I brought it back with me. It was about this size when I first got it. Over the years, I've given pieces of it away to friends. Now it's a little bit smaller. But when I took that piece of wall off the Berlin Wall, there were armed guards watching me the whole time, and they could have easily fired at me with their machine guns and killed me, but I wanted a piece of that wall, so I did it. Because the wall was built about this far into their territory. So if you got within this distance of the wall, you were actually in communist territory. So they could shoot you, you were in their own territory. When I was living in Europe, there was a Chernobyl nuclear accident. Because of my training in the military in the nuclear, chemical, and biological defense and warfare disciplines, I was assigned to be the radiation monitoring for the whole southern Bavarian region of Germany. And I learned how radioactive material behaves in the environment, and how it gets into the leafy vegetables, and how it gets into milk and into the muscles of food animals. And I know what we need to do to protect ourselves in such disasters. I know how radioactive fallout gets into your hair and in your shoes and in your clothing, and I know how to keep it from getting inside your home. I've had that. I was actually in charge of the radiation monitoring for that large region of Europe. When I got back to Texas, I decided I wanted to continue my service to the people of this great nation, this great state. I joined the Red Cross, and I was there for 5 years. I was a disaster captain and also a member of the board of directors. When the Oklahoma City tornado hit a few years ago, I went to Oklahoma City to help our fellow Americans recover from the disaster. You should have seen it. It was about 1 mile wide and 7 miles long through the most densely populated sections of the city. They needed us. They put up signs saying, "We love you, Texans. Thank you for being here." And then when the central Texas tornado and floods hit, it was on Thanksgiving week. I was down there in a rowboat, rowing across the floodwaters to isolated families, bringing them Thanksgiving dinner. That's the one time in my life where I never had a Thanksgiving dinner for myself, because I wanted to serve the people. And here in Lubbock, I'm a member of the Optimist Club. I'm the treasurer, and every year we work 5 to midnight doing turkey legs so that we can raise money for scholarships, and then we give that scholarship money away to deserving children. Because they need to go to school. They need to get educated. I will continue to serve you. You see, the good thing about me is I'm retired military. I don't have to give up my business to serve you 24 hours a day in Austin. I don't have to give up my livelihood. And I will work full time for you. I hope that you will vote for me. Let me continue being a public servant for you.